Welcome back to the Shipyard. Today we are talking about the USS Enterprise D from the starter set. The named ship has 4 attack dice, and its special ability is that it has a 360-degree firing arc, although you lose an attack die when you use that ability. Useful ship, loses out to Voyager in a lot of situations, but still something that you want to consider for maybe a second Federation ship, just to have that built-in 360. Kind of outclassed by the dorsal phaser array as well, but something to keep in mind. We move on to Captain Picard. This version of Picard gives you the ability to take a free battle station scan, evade, or target lock action. Very useful, very versatile. Always good to be able to have things. Picard 9 shows up in many lists. One of the best captains in the game. Can't say enough good things about him. The other captain in the pack is Riker. Riker's a little weirder. He lets you, for an action, if you're attacked, you roll 2 attack dice back at your opponent, and any hits or crits do damage to that ship, and they get no defense dice against it. It's kind of like a little mini counterattack, and I can see some play. This does work against fighters, I think. It's one of the things I'd at least argue for. Riker, potentially useful, though he is limited to range 1. Something to consider. Not a top-line Federation captain, but certainly not the worst thing out there. Moving on to upgrades, we have one elite talent, and that is Engage. One of the best Federation talents out there. Being able to do an extra maneuver, as long as you did a green maneuver, even though it costs you an auxiliary power token. That control of where you are moving after you see your opponent's positioning is crucial. It can win games. And I can't say enough good things about Engage. It's not something you want all the time. It's not an action you have to do all the time. But it is something you want to have available to you. With any Hero Federation ship, we get a slew of crew. Here we start off with Miles O'Brien. Being able to disable an enemy upgrade, even if it's just for 1 turn, can make the difference between winning and losing a game. Being able to disable Cheat Death, Interface Generator, O'Brien is useful. 2 points, yeah, he discards, so what? Worth it. Data. Placing 2 evasion tokens as an action would be great. Reducing your attack dice by 2, little less than great. But, in combination with Rudolph Ransom, who's a captain, that lets you roll 2 extra evade dice if you have an evade token, turns your ship into a pretty defensive ship for a round. Data is not an action that you're going to take every single turn. He is pretty good if you put him on a cloaking ship, something that you're not going to fire with already. Starter set Worf. Disabling your card to re-roll your entire attack roll. Situational, but there are times that you roll 4, 5, 6 dice and you get 1 hit. Worf comes in handy there. Having some insurance. And that's what this card is. It's an insurance card. Alright, last crew. We have GEORDI. If your ship has a scan token, you can force 1 ship you attack this round to re-roll 1 defense die of your choice. Pretty much, you are getting rid of an evade. Yes, you have to scan, meaning that you're not doing a more effective action. Combo him with Picard 9. Now you've got a reason to take that second action. It's an option. Not saying it's the best use of a scan enhancer, but it's certainly not the worst. And the last useful card in the pack is Antimatter Mines. Being able to discard a card as an attack in your rear firing arc and do damage is critical because you can affect multiple ships with this attack. You can potentially get 3 ships if they're flying close enough. So antimatter mines are great and they stay on the board. Yes, they can't be modified anymore or dice brought up. I still think they're good. I still think they're worth looking at. Last thing, the pack comes with photon torpedoes. They are what they are. I'm not going to go into that. They're good on low ships. They're not good on high ships. High attack dice ships. So yeah, overall, Enterprise D pack, definitely worth having. If you want to use the generic Galaxy class, put a dorsal phaser array on it. Now you basically have the Enterprise D ability built in, but you're paying more points. Picard 9, great card to have. Riker, decent captain, situational. Antimatter mines, engage, those are must-haves. O'Brien, worthwhile. Data, Worf, GEORDI all have their spots. So that is the Enterprise D, and I hope that you have found a new use for some card in that pack. Until next time, we'll see you at the shipyard.